We're back, everybody, and headed into the Warrens. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to bring along...
My name isn't fucking Warren!
I should check.
Do you know what that's from?
No.
Do you guys know what it's from?
Oh, she's in red. Bounty Hunter. Can I increase my roster? There we go. Take him. And what the hell, I'll take the occultist so you can see what he's like.
The promise of payment.
I wonder how they came up with all these names.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, too.
Yeah, and like crazy different names.
Alright, so I'll bring along range by level. Stress, class, activity. Okay. So, what's activity? Oh, what they're doing. We'll bring along Stukely, even though I've really had a hard time making these guys work for me. Gillian?
It's from Empire Records. Fraser, what's your favorite character, class, or combination of classes / team layout, and why? That's a good question.
I don't know. Bring him. I really like the Highwayman, and like, I mainly, for me, all it is like, I'd like to have one of these guys with stun in the back, and I do like having one of these Hellions up front with stun. And that's kind of my favorite arrangement. Anybody in the middle, Highwayman usually in the middle, but, and then a high damage dealer is nice.
So on the back, a plague
Doctor with stun, and
at the front,
a Hellion with stun. And then somebody in the middle that can, like, a high damage dealer usually, and then somebody can do damage to everything. So, like, usually the Highwayman with his grape shot that hits everybody.
Okay.
And then, like, maybe a knight. But the main thing for me is stun is just such a huge ability in this game. I don't know if those other people who've been playing it have found that, but keeping the control of the team is so huge.
Use Occultist with Mark, and then use Bounty Hunter to do massive damage, and 2 Hellions with Bleed. That's my favorite team.
That's true, yeah. Because I forgot, there are combos. And I guess I do have an Occultist and a Bounty Hunter, right? We might be able to demonstrate that.
Stun is unreliable because of the increasing stun resistance as you stun enemies.
But it's nifty. But you can get trinkets that make it more reliable. There hasn't been a single playthrough that I've gone through where I haven't found multiple trinkets that increase stun ability.
Have we found one yet this playthrough?
Not yet, but we haven't gone very far in the grand scheme.
Okay.
I think we're good for, this is a short trip. Actually, we could probably take a little bit less.
We have 6,000 coins left.
All right, so the Warrens.
They breed quickly down there in the dark, but perhaps we can slay them even faster.
What's the layout of the map look like? Oh, shit, dude.
The map looks like that. It's a small one.
Weird, yeah.
And that's why you like to have a good rotation of like teams. Like you'll use these, now that the Warrens are unlocked, they're only easy dungeons. And you could send in your good guys, but they'll level up to the point where they can't fight the next boss.
Gotcha.
You want to clear the way. Here we go.
It's like Bebop and Rocksteady.
Kind of, actually, yeah.
Death waits.
High stress.
Slightest lapse in concentration.
Getting vomited on isn't fun.
Yeah, that's stressful.
Stun abilities. These guys are tough. So, so the Bounty Hunter has this thing where he has an ability called Collect Bounty, and it does extra damage to a marked target. Like they've been marking me. I can do it too. But with the Bounty Hunter, it sucks because you have to spend a turn marking the target, and it does no damage. So it's like, sure, it does double the damage when you do hit him, but you spent 2 turns doing it.
Yeah.
And if this misses, then you just wasted 2 turns.
Yeah.
So what they were saying was that the occultist can mark targets as well,
Okay.
which can help. But I would say an even better combo is the bounty hunter has another one, not collect bounty, but called finish him. It's actually funny because he has come hither as well. This thing that pulls guys. So he's kind of like Scorpion. Scorpion.
That's cool.
Scorpion. But he can. He has finish him, which hurts stun targets. So I find he's better comboed with a Plague Doctor stunning guys because your Plague Doctor wants to stun guys anyways. Mark target doesn't do any benefit if you don't hit him with the combo, whereas stunning does. I don't know. Anyways, I just haven't found the mark target to work very well. But it's true, you can combo it with this guy. He can mark targets. But again, this attack does so little damage. It's like I basically wasted a turn. I did 1 damage to mark a target. I wasted one of my guy's attacks. To me. Maybe if I had multiple bounty hunters that could take advantage of that mark, then it would be worth it. Like if you ran with 3 bounty hunters and 1 occultist marking them,
Yeah.
or 2 occultists and 2 bounty hunters, so you're like comboing. Like here, I'll just use them to mark and see if this comboing works. So you have 2 guys marked, still waiting for him to take advantage of the marks. Okay, here he goes. So he'll do double damage, 9 to 19 damage on this guy.
Oh,
That
son
sucks
of a bitch.
when that happens. I just
Yeah.
invested so much time to something that doesn't work.
But if it did hit, it could have been good, right?
Yeah, but I would rather more reliable just hit many times. Roll
Yeah.
the dice multiple times instead of like putting all your eggs into that one basket.
Yeah. Occultist mark is nice because of debuffs as well.
Yeah, he gets a debuff, so it's not
Mortality
just a mark.
clarified in
Okay.
a single strike.
Except it didn't. It's not showing anyways. So he did a lot of damage there, sure, but so could attacking twice do a lot of damage. I think that maybe as you level up the occultist, the mark increases, or rather level up the bounty hunter, the damage to a marked target increases.
Maybe.
At least that one was a crit. This is why you want to bring along a highwayman, because all these guys could be shot in one of the highwayman's attacks
Yeah,
and all die.
totally.
But this instead, with these guys, is going to take 3 total attacks.
Confidence
Yeah.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
And this guy has 1. That's a real bugger.
How quickly
Yeah,
the
I can
tide
understand that. I'd
turns.
take 2 d6 over 1 d12 any day.
Me too.
It's just,
2 6-sided die.
Yeah,
1
yeah.
12. Yeah.
weird reconstruction. Here's what I was talking about before. So this guy, he has a chance of 0 to 10 heal,
Okay.
but he also has a chance to make him bleed for 1 point per 3
Oh.
turns. So he resisted it, and he got 10. That's like the best case scenario with that ability. 10 health given back to him, and no bleeding.
Nice.
So if you use that ability on a character that has high bleed
bigger
resistance,
the
it's a good
beast,
combo, because like
the
you're
greater
getting
the
no negative
glory.
effect
Yeah,
potentially.
that's cool.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and
Already the
insidious
question.
Holy
killer.
shit.
That was the only room battle in this dungeon. This oddly resembles a dining table. There might be some food scraps left around. If I were to go in this without herbs, it would say, the swine are not clean folk, ... and you would get diseased.
Oh, shit.
The herbs kill any diseases, and you get some food.
Nice.
Wow, so I kind of went into this wasting a lot of money on food.
So you can never get that food back.
No, we can't go back and like sell it to the town or anything like that. I've gone through missions where I didn't need to eat like barely a single piece.
Really?
That was the first room and the dungeon's over.
Yeah, finite. Dwarf, do you like finite? Math.
So as an advanced strategy, I was talking about, oh, what is this? Occultist scrawling. Scrawling's written on what looks like a stretched and tanned human flesh.
Ugh.
Maybe the occultist would be okay with this. I don't know what you're supposed to use on this. A torch? No.
Ew.
Shovel wouldn't make sense. I'm gonna use a torch, see what happens. no effect.
Damn.
What are you supposed to use on Stritch skin? Like, holy water? Since it's an occultist scrawling? Scrawlings forever change the hero. Ooh, we got a good thing from it.
Second wind.
Second wind gives him health below 50%, he gets 10% extra damage.
Holy water?
I would imagine, yeah.
Maybe? Dwarf, I was just asking if you liked finite math, because that was your previous statement about the probability of rolling the dice is finite math.
Yeah, so with this game so far,
Ambushed by foul
it's
invention.
kind of unfortunate to me that like buffs to me are risky and they have very little payoff for the reward that you get. Because I'd like the buffs to have more effect. I think that they need to balance it by making them more
Glittering
effective.
gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Because to me so far, it's all risk and not much reward for a lot of the buffs.
Okay.
Which, if they fix that, it would make it a lot more fun because then you could come up with all these different combos with all the stats and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, his marked target does 10% less damage, so it's not just marking the target, which is nice. I could bring this little guy up front.
Well, good thing we survived that dungeon. Looks like we won't need this food anymore. Woo!
Yeah.
I'd like to think they feast on it as soon as they get back.
Just to have a celebration.
Yeah.
God, this team has no area effect. It has nobody who does damage to multiple guys. So like, these guys could just be wiped out right now. But instead we're gonna have to spend entire attacks just on 2 health. Alright! That only does 1. Yeah, I don't know. I need to spend more time with the occultist to see if he's a valuable teammate.
Perhaps the
For me,
turning point.
he hasn't been. The Jester's crit buff, does it get better? Because the Jester's crit buff is like 1% extra crit. That's not worth it to take an entire turn from one of your party members. I'd rather that, like for the chance that he's adding the crits, could have been 13 damage from a knight. That's gonna be way more worth it.
Press this advantage. Give them
Yeah,
no
I know, I
quarter.
should have marked the bigger guy. I'm not really paying attention at this point. The knight also has the ability to heal. Battle heal of 1 to...
Are you not paying attention because you know you can win it?
Yeah, it's not, there's no challenge here really, and
Yeah.
I don't care about these characters.
Yeah.
This will probably be the last I play them is after this.
Hold fast or expire.
I don't like this. Oh, I could bandage him up. I do have bandages. There you go. And that doesn't even take the turn.
Oh, really?
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Ooh, this is a nice one. Monster type human plus 20% damage. Monster type not human, -5. That's a nice trade-off. Although not...
Feed that fucker.
Oh yeah. It's not a great thing to use in this dungeon specifically, but...
But he'll be equipped with it for future dungeons, right?
Replay value is awesome. And yeah, it will be equipped on future dungeons. You can unequip it and put it on another person, which is why trinkets are awesome.
Right. I'm a little concerned that the best playthrough will be the first.
Sure. You can say that for a lot of games, though. For me, every time I play through, I learn something new, and it makes me excited for how efficient I'm going to be on my next one.
Yeah.
And that's why the time limit thing needs to come in. I would like them to add a time limit so that you're always trying to get through as fast as possible, and you'd always be strategizing, how much
Curious
risk
is
do I
the
take here?
trapmaker's art.
Like this could shave off.
Efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
This could shave off 2 weeks of getting to the end boss, but this could also lose me like 2 members on my team if I'm this risky. Like,
Yeah.
how much do I want to risk? Type of thing.
Okay.
And that's why a time limit would be important. Uh-oh. There's this masochistic.
Those who covet injury.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
no
Irrational.
supply.
Uh-oh.
I could eat off this blade. Its luster is so pure. There's some times where they'll become selfish.
Uh-huh.
And they, I guess I'll heal somebody. He's already bleeding. They'll just be assholes. They'll be like, get out of my way. Like, let a real man do this. And everybody in the team gets stressed out.
That's awesome.
Oops, I should have read that.
Be gone, fiend.
Light, bless my allies that they may stop fooling around. One thing they might also need to work on for multiple playthroughs is, oh, no, Mimi, I need wounds to feed my what?
Oh, I missed it.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Are they missing more because they're stressed out?
Ah, that's possible, actually. A scratch worries me not. Something, something. Like, this guy can't even do damage at all. Like, he only does status based.
That's the occultist, right?
Yes, feed my blood to the crawling things.
Yeah, that's
And that
stressful.
stressed him
Oh,
out.
fuck.
Now he's a masochist too.
Madness.
Wound this pathetic
Oh,
creature, it begs for
friend.
death. That stressed him out. So it's cool because, like, fear spreads like a plague, and that's true in battle.
Yeah,
Like, people always talk
totally.
about that with
A trifling
war.
victory, but a victory nonetheless.
They demonstrate that good in Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
Once one person starts getting freaked out, everybody loses their resolve.
yeah.
This last guy's gonna make it 2 legs, I'm hungry. What?
To eat?
Oh. What lies beyond that gilded ornament? Uh-oh, that stressed him
Oh,
out.
fuck.
And he's hopeless.
Oh, we've got to get
Look,
Lucky
no
I've lived
hope
this
in
long, I
this hell.
suppose.
No hope at all.
So this is the issue, like, and this wasn't really demonstrated because I've been not paying attention now, so they all got really stressed out because I wasn't playing very efficiently. The game is always challenging you to play super efficiently and super well because, sure, they all survived. They survived really well, actually. They have tons of health, but
They're
now,
all useless for the next mission.
for the next mission, if I want to get them on the ground and playing, like, they'll pass turns when they're this stressed out. Like,
Yeah.
we haven't really seen them in battle demonstrating how bad stress does. Like, it doesn't really say. I also think they do less damage, like you were asking. I think so. It doesn't say how much less, but oh, it does show that they have little dodge. They have 0 dodge. When a thing,
the
when a
last
stat is
one here.
red, it means that
Can't see it.
they have less health.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got negative effects. Pull this guy over. Got him. No, focus your hatred on me. Me! He wants to be hit. Not now, I'm praying. So he just passed his
Okay.
turn. I told you, it is pointless. He just did an attack without me even telling him what to do. He wasted a turn, basically. So anyways, like, it's gonna cost me for this team, because I didn't play efficiently, 4,000 or more to get them back on the ground and fighting properly again.
Right.
To get rid of all their quirks.
At least 4,000.
Yeah.
Because, like, they have to relieve all of their stress.
Yep. Yeah, so there have been rounds where, like, because the guys are this stressed out, you just need to make the executive decision to send them home.
Yeah.
Like, they gotta go. But it was once I started getting, may the light burn your flesh, fool. Once I started realizing that I can just dismiss heroes, not treating them like they're, like, you know, sacred, the game opened up for me. I realized how cool it could be, like, when you just make those coach calls.
Yeah.
But then I went past that and realized what's stopping me from always sending home guys just because Like I can just use them as disposable dudes. And then I started to get a little bit sad because the game became too easy because I was just grinding through dungeons,
Yeah.
watching baseball while I spend a half hour just getting a whole bunch of gold for free.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they need to change this. He just marked himself by taunting them.
God. Fraser, I don't think Fraser always buys that much food to bring. Like,
No,
they keep saying, like, don't bring as much food as Fraser is bringing.
I don't always bring as much as I've been showing,
Terrible vistas
I'm
of
usually more
emptiness
efficient.
reveal themselves.
but I found that bringing lots of food is better than bringing any torches. Bring
Yeah.
tons of food, heal yourself liberally during the battle. The food will disappear from your inventory as you collect loot,
Yeah.
making room. You guys are always gonna stay alive. And food cost, spending lots on food is nothing compared to how much loot you're gonna get when it's dark. I've been getting very unlucky with the loot I've been getting from the darkness.
Yeah.
I've been getting some of the least loot I've ever seen from zero torchlight. Stay back, I'm cultivating this wound for science.
I don't really use food for healing all that much. Don't you need
About
it?
to break.
You could bring along a healer.
Okay.
I find healers to be inefficient.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I hope they balance it. I hope they make healers more efficient because, Jesus, they miss way more when they're stressed. I judge the mentally incompetent. I found that healers passing up a turn to heal is just one extra attack that you could have gotten rid of a guy that's going to do the damage that you just healed anyways.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why not? Yeah, it shouldn't be. I'm not even playing right at all. I'm just.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
It's crazy how many turns it took to get rid of like one.
Yeah.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Yeah, when they're stressed, they're so inefficient.
Huh.
And the dungeon's over. So this is like,
Their squeals fade. Their confidence is shaken.
this is each to their own, guys. Like, you may think food's too expensive. In my experience of playing many, many, many hours,
The
I
poor
found that
caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
I've found that spending on food is way better than leaving the dungeon lit. And way better than bringing healers that just waste your time. They waste turns.
So food heals 1 HP.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I like just bringing stacks and stacks of food and letting the dungeon get dark, and I more than pay for the food by the extra treasure I get, and I get way more trinkets, amazing trinkets, because I let it get dark, and
Yeah.
trinkets are everything in this game. Like, we actually also got very unlucky in terms of trinkets. Usually I'll end up with at least, by this point, a red one, like a super rare one,
Yeah.
and at least a couple uncommon ones. These are all just basics. Usually you'll get some really powerful shit by letting the dungeon get dark. It's a playstyle difference. Yeah, it's up to
Yeah.
you.
And Fraldetsky's saying that
It's just different strategies.
Different strategies, yeah.
And for me, again, like I hope that the game, as it goes on, that they're gonna balance it, make healers more effective, because I feel that they're not effective enough to warrant bringing one. In fact, I've actually brought Vestals a lot and just don't use them to heal. I use them because they have awesome other abilities, especially against unholy creatures. But I'm excited. Oh, here's the final character. The leper. So
Oh,
this is
weird.
probably one of the least effective I found in a party. I don't know if you guys have figured out a way to make this guy work.
67% death blow.
Yeah, he actually, yeah. So that's his ability, is he resists death. You could leave this guy at death's door, never healing him, and he has a really good chance. And you can increase that too. You could get it to the point where he has like 90% death resist. So you can just leave him at 0 health for the whole game, and he has a 1 in 10 chance every time he's hit of dying permanently. I could see a crazy strategy where you go with a bunch of lepers and just never heal. But yeah, the thing that's bad about lepers is their accuracy. Their attacks have
High risk, higher reward version of Crusader.
65% chance of hitting with his normal attack, instead of like with the Crusaders an 80.
Yeah.
65, you'll just constantly miss with this guy.
Yeah.
And his damage is 7 to 14, which is just this huge range. You can't even like bank on it. Like I like damage windows that are smaller so that you can like see. I would rather him be hit more often with a smaller
lower,
damage and
yeah.
more predictable damage, so I can gauge who to hit. Like sometimes I'll aim him at a guy who has like 10 health left and he'll hit for 14 damage. I'm like, well, that was a waste. And I'm surprised he even hit because he sucks. You know, like he sucks at hitting. He just misses so much, and it's such a horrible feeling when he whiffs one right by them.
Freely Willy says I've used him with Jester because he has piss poor accuracy.
I don't understand how that helps, like, because the Jester has abilities that increase accuracy for your team.
Maybe.
So anyways, that's the fun of these types of games, though, is experimentation and seeing what the most efficient way to play through with is. But it's early access, and I'm hoping that as time goes, they're going to change some things. Who knows, maybe they don't see it the same way as I do, but I would like to see a few things changed. Because for me, so far, the best way to play through is just by using fundamentals. Deal damage and be versatile. Have the right type of damage dealing, like the Highwayman, who can deal damage across a swath. Mm-hmm. Have options open to you while you're playing. That sort of thing. Lots of stun I found effective. Stuff like that.
How do you get out of the habit of choosing appearance over stats? You probably lose a shitload if you only go by appearance.
Well,
or, I don't know, maybe not.
I did that in XCOM. I only liked bringing along female characters.
Yeah.
They were cooler.
Did you lose a lot because of that?
No, I actually got lucky. Usually the females were the best. I wish I could have shown these bosses today, but it would have taken a lot more time. But
can you save the game and?
Yeah.
You could maybe do it another
it's
time?
saved. The game saves like every 2 seconds. It makes
No,
sure
I
that you
mean,
can't
like,
cheat, which is
can
awesome.
you continue playing on your own?
Yeah.
But save this one so that maybe we could return to it?
Maybe, yeah. I need respite. It's an awesome game. Go check it out for Steam right now on early access. You could wait around if you wanted, though, and if you prefer console, it's going to hit the consoles eventually.
That's pretty awesome.
But I've loved it. I love this type of game. I love the atmosphere. I love the narration. It also makes me want to get back to playing Hand of Fate. It reminds me of that.
Yeah.
I love that as well.
I know a lot of people liked Hand of Fate.
If you rage quit in combat, it doesn't save your latest turn, so if you get super fucked by crits, you can sometimes save yourself. I would never do that! Man, are we different people! We are so different!
But overall, it's not worth it.
You don't consider that cheating? I fucking consider that cheating, and I consider throwing guys to the waste and just like, you know, using guys as fodder to get free gold to be cheating.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Alright. To me, if I get fucked in a battle, I get fucked, and I swallow it, and I'm like, you know, that sounded really euphemistic,
Yeah.
but I live with it. It's like, that's the nature of the game. Sometimes I'll stop playing, I'll delete the save, I'll be like, well, that went to hell, but I will re-roll, I will start a brand new game.
And then went back, and then I realized that's how it worked.
I will start games over and over again.
Yeah.
I probably started this game before I got like to the 3rd boss, like started 20 different times, new, fresh.
Yeah.
Just restarting.
Which is why games like this are so much better for you to play on your own first.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because
that would drive people bonkers, I think.
I can't tell you how many times I came back out here and just went darkest. Derpier and then derpiest, and just kept on making new saves and fresh runs just to see how efficient I could be.
Yeah.
But every time you start again, you start with the same dudes. And it wasn't until like probably like 10 times through that I realized the importance of upgrading the stagecoach right away and stuff like that. Like having options to rotate your team, things like that.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of a game like this. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So, consider checking it out, guys. Thanks for watching today. This has been Darkest Dungeon Awesome. Goodbye.
Bye.